was good. Hold on. What's going on out there? Let her in the hammock. Who was in there first? Were you in there first? Right, so you stole it. You stole it. Hammer. It's her turn with the hammer.
Toby, what's your gun?
Web's going alright, yeah. Web's going alright. Having a good time. Got some good quests done, got some decent gear.
Ну и чё тут за хуйня? Опачки.
For dinner, Mrs. F cooked tonight, because I cooked last night, so we mixed it up a bit. Salmon, poached in the oven in a little tinfoil bag with some white wine and dill. Parmentier potatoes.
Pigotti just resubbed for 17 months.
And a current favourite of mine, roasted cauliflower. So you get the cauliflower, bit of salt and pepper, some olive oil. You can put some paprika over the top if you like. Roast it in the oven. It is absolutely friggin' delicious. The only way I've eaten cauliflower prior to this was in cauliflower cheese form, which I am also a big fan of, but which is a bit of a pain compared to, you know, this. It's exceptionally good.
Where Joe just resubbed for 1 month.
Now broccoli, I don't mind broccoli. I can't eat a lot of broccoli. It really disagrees with me. If I eat too much broccoli, my guts ache. I don't know why.
Кому тут пизды, блядь? Заебись, удачно зашли.
We have, look at the scavs just taking over this map. Yes, Bliat! It's just... It's broccoli, isn't it? I mean, it's not... It's never a food where I think, mmm, broccoli! Like, no one thinks that. What blows... Oh, hello. What blows my mind is that people can get away with charging steak prices for cauliflower steak. Let's be clear. It's a big chunk of cauliflower. Cauliflower probably costs 50p. And you're charging the same price for a cauliflower steak that you would charge for a steak. That can fuck off.
Давай, мочи! Чики-брики, пальчик выкинь.
Just the lads. Well, that might be worth keeping, I guess. CP fence. What a dingus! Who does that? Animals. Animals. Enjoy your scav rep, motherfucker. I'm aiming for level 6. I'm doing it right. Not going to kill another scav unless they shoot me first, or I see them shooting a homie. Alright, hold on. Camera roll, Tarkov maps, shoreline. Okay. So gym was good. It was hard, but it was good. Did a lot of presses, a lot of overhead presses, like just, what do they call it? Strict press. So when you're lifting stuff, like a press is when you lift it over your head. I don't know why they call it a press, but they do. And there's two kinds. There's the one where you can just strict press, where the rest of your body is frozen. It's pure arms and shoulders, just to press over your head. And that could, like, after a while, your arms are just, like, on fire. And then there's the sort of extra press where you can do, like, an extra little jump to help you get it up there. And that little tiny bend of the knees and a little jump, not a jump, but you sort of just push with your knees into it is much easier. Did a lot of bench pressing on Thursday, but I did some bench press with the dumbbells today. But on Thursday I did like barbell press, like proper press with weights on the end, and that was hard. That was hard. I got up to 47.5 kilos, so around 100 pounds. I want to try to get to 200. That would be the goal. If I can lift 200 pounds, that would be pretty hype. I'd be happy with that. Pavlov's house on the 27th. I'm looking forward to Hell Let Loose Eastern Front. It should be good. At that point, it's basically Red Orchestra, but 2021 instead of Red Orchestra. God, 2008? Must have been before that. $2005, I reckon. 2006. Played that game so much. My God, I played that game so much. Rhino, did you ever play Red Orchestra? Ted Lasso 2 came out today. Yes. Yes, it did. PPSH. We're in Village. Just gonna wait for Chad to sweep through and go where Chad's gonna go. Red Orchestra was the game I played after Medal of Honor had kind of run its course. And it was very similar to Hell Let Loose. The graphics were obviously a lot more basic. But it was like you shoot someone with a bolt action rifle, and unless you arm them or leg them or whatever, they fall over. And I like that because I'd been playing some other games. I think there was a Call of Duty game that was a World War II game. It was just so fast. It was all bullet spongy, and it was just really tedious. Red Orchestra was gritty, urban, and then they started to bring in some more maps that were like tank battles. There were tanks in it, so it was really like Hell Let Loose. I can't remember if you could call in artillery in Red Orchestra 1 or not. I can't remember. The one problem with Red Orchestra 1 was there were occasionally random artillery strikes, I think, and you would just die. But it was like, hold this objective, we'll take this. And it was like the classic Stalingrad style, you know, grim, industrial, lots of corners, lots of angles. It was good. Very, very sort of kind of like Tarkov, really. Grimy, dirty, rubbly environments. Shooting people is, you know, they generally die. Grenades are really dangerous. All that kind of stuff. But you could plant like, you could chuck like satchel charges. There were some other fun things you could do. Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good game. So yeah, I played that, and I played that a lot actually. So looking at Hell Let Loose, it reminds me of that, the new update. What is that? Fuck me. Christ, I can't jump for shit. be a hell of a shot. That's like 400 yards?
Grumpy_Greg just resubbed for 8 months. Hope the ratting is going well, lad.
We'll see. There he is. 2 of them. Let's aim for 400. Well, there's a lad over there. Maybe that's more than 100 yards. That seems to be hitting bang on. You reckon it's 150-ish? Go get him. Ah, jeez. There we go. That little yellow symbol, I don't know what it's meant to mean. It's like a diamond with a dagger in it. This is like probably the most obvious bush for me to be in. Hello. If he stops to loot that body.
It's Tarkov calling you a chunker. You don't regain stamina as quickly and you lose it quicker.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Anti-Tree just resubbed for 1 month.
Why, Sarah, you're a mod in this stream, and you still backseat me dumb shit. No, I said I don't know what it's meant to be. Look at it. What is it meant to be? It looks like an eye.
Monkey Tree just resubbed for 24 months.
Kinda looks like an old weight scale, I guess. Oh, that was a player.
Woo!
Thank you. It was near like an abandoned boat or some shit. Okay. Fishing boat is right next to a long wall. I think I'm right by it. Along there, right? We're so fucking dead, but... Well, I think we have to push him. Let's fucking... We're out of nades.
Black Vortex 12 just resubbed for 2 months. Best person in the Triforce.
Lie. I don't think that was him. No, that was a lad. I didn't dome him. No body. I don't think that's him. Those 2 bodies further down are not him. That could be him, but I'm not 100%. I thought he had a mask on. Is this one of those quests where when you're placing the shit it takes forever? Oh, we want to be this side of the fucking thing. I want to take road to customs, so I think if I just keep heading east. He wasn't geared. I don't care about his loot. I just want to... I did never want to have to do that quest again. That would be a big dub for me. Is that Scab Tower? 1 player, 4 scavs. I'm happy with that. We got the first guy way at the far end. But that near guy that was peeking us, I don't know where he went. What a reward. An Untar hat. And some buckaroos. So we're getting there. We've killed 8 out of 15. That's pretty good. Happy with that. I bought it. I bought it. It's too handy. It was 400k. I had 2.6 mil at the time. I think that's 100% fucking worth, in all honesty. This is quite the tweet.
Who wants it? Who fucking wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Eh? I'll have some.
Oh!
Ну и чё тут?
Who wants it? East wing, west wing, right?
Нормас, нормас. Охуенно сейчас поживимся.
What happened here? What went wrong? Yeah. This has to be the least searched thing in the game. Who's searching this? Only a madman. How no? How no? Can you not get out here? What is that? What is that? I can fit out much smaller windows in this game. You can't lie down as easily as you could previously. What did we have? We had lighthouse. No, fuck that. Road to customs. Yeah. Ruined roads. Svetley dead end. Ruined Svetli Dead End and Ruined Akar. We've got to go all the way across the map. That is the dome from reserve. It was a bit blooming dark. Well, everybody says they want to connect up all the maps eventually so that you go from map to map. I mean, what I quite like is that the cliff down from Dome is a cliff. So it's like, that's why you need the Red Rebel, to extract down the cliff to get to the resort area. So north of us is reserve, and then there's, I guess, road to customs is the other road you can take. That's the one on the far east side of the map. I don't know what you can see of customs through there, maybe something. I used to be really, really afraid of D2. You did used to get, I mean, you do still get campers there. We killed one, I think, yesterday. And sometimes, you know, you'll get caught out. But I'm fairly confident now that the way I would die going down D2 would be either a new spot that I haven't tried myself or seen, or I just get outshot by a lad. Like, that's it. It's no more scary than going to any other extract on any other map. Really. And in fact, given the limited number of angles that they could be coming from, it's not that bad. Like, you know where they're going to be. When you're in a tunnel,
just resubbed for 1 month.
they're going to be in front of you or behind you, right? Whereas when you're somewhere like this, they could be 360. So when you're extracting from somewhere like one of the fucking wide open spots on this map, it feels a lot worse to me than D2, where I can hear, I know where people are. If I hear a sound, I know, that sound is this, that sound is that. And you know what doors they can hide behind and where they can be. It just makes it easier. People still don't use my spot, which is good, because it's a super good spot. Like, I think D2, you're going to die on extracts. That's just going to happen. You're going to have other people there. People always put it down to extract camping. When you see me extract camping, that's extract camping. I go there at the start of the map, and I lie there, and I wait. A lot of the time, you're just coming across someone who was leaving around the same time as you. I can't even get out this way. Nuts. I think I could have jumped over that other fence. That would have been pog. Love it when the scavs just fucking peg it about. I'm going to Svetli Dead End. Or I thought I was. Ruined Road was the one I was heading for down here. Because I don't know where Svetli Dead End is. But sort of implies it's here? This is a dead end? It's at the end of the wall. Just here. Like here? We've got 2 minutes, team. We're gonna go for Ruined Road. We don't have anything particularly good. I just would have liked to know where that extract was. Is it along there? It implies it's before bunker. It's not tense. I really don't have anything. I can't go to tunnel. It's not an extract for me. Did it pop up there? No idea. I'll show you the map that I'm going off. I'm pretty sure there's tunnel. It says ruined road is there. I'm pretty sure I went there. I was almost certain I'd run over that point. I don't know why it didn't show up, but sure, whatever. And the game crashed. Cool. Path leading off to the left of the tunnel. Oh, the purple arrows are spawns. Okay. Oh, so it really was just right to the left of the tunnel. Okay. I thought it was like an arrow saying this is the point. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Pheasant Plucker, if you want to upload videos of me playing Tarkov, dude, you do it. Just make sure you at me or link me or something, because I would love to see them. So yeah, that would be awesome. I have no problem with you uploading this wipe of Tarkov. Go for it. Because this is Friday night and the feeling's right for cider time. I am brewing my own cider as we speak. The yeast, the water, the cider mix are combining. In 3 days, it will have finished brewing. Then you must condition it for up to 5 or 6 days. I'm going to condition it for the full amount of time to draw out maximum flavor. Conditioning it means whacking it in the fridge. Because I think what happens is at room temperature it brews, and then when you put it in the fridge, I think the cool of the fridge stops it fermenting, and you're just getting the flavor. No, it would not be Pyrian cider because it came from a mix. So it's like this thing called, oh, I don't know, it's like some home brewing company, and they send you this big plastic thing, and you unscrew this, and you do that, put that in, do that, seal it up, give it a shake, and then you put it in the room temperature. We stuck it in the understairs loo. It's just like a plastic container like this. You just put it there, so you don't need any apples. They do it all for you, you know? Oh my goodness. I hope you can't see my underpants. My sarong fell off. Whoopsie. Is anyone watching the 100? The cricket on Sky? Anyone watch that? It's like both teams get 100 balls thrown at them and they have to score as many runs as they can off it. I'm not a fan of short overs cricket. It was alright. Few issues. I would say number one I don't know whether they have to wear wacky costumes, like they were wearing. London Spirit were wearing this obnoxious blue, and then the other team, Birmingham Bastards or whatever, were wearing some hideous red-orange thing. And then on either side, they had the worst graphics I think I've seen on a television broadcast in a long time. It's clearly meant to be hype. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It was... They do look like Japanese baseball players' colors. It was on the left, it was like... It looked like... In the 90s, when dance music was big, they were trying to make, like... And jungle music was big. They were trying to do, like, these weird graphics that were kind of like... Crazy colors and shapes. And then details. It looked like that. Yeah, the oh yeah was ridiculous. Like, when they hit a 6, it goes, oh yeah, at the bottom of the screen. Who says oh yeah in this country? I don't know what that is. The weather in Tarkov is a lot like the weather in England. It rains a lot, and then it's just sunny. I forgot to bring a grenade.
Земля!
I'm guessing you can't get in that, right? Someone told me there were mines on this map, and they were right. And someone else said, there's no mines on this map. I saw the sign too late. Well, maybe we'll get our stuff back. When you see that little red sign, see, my map does not list those mines. I've never been there. There's no mention of mines on my map. We killed another, so we got 6 left to get. That's not bad. And we did that really tough quest. I can live with that. And we might get our shit back. Yeah, I can't imagine someone's going to go in there. Lots of people tweeting about Love Island. Let me tell you something. I've never watched 1 second of that show. And, I don't intend to. Most of the people tweeting about it seem furious and angry and saying it's rubbish. So, to anyone out there that watches Love Island, is it like an ironic, switch off your brain, laugh at these idiots kind of show? Because if it is, I might be able to be on board. Anyone got any podcast suggestions like Triforce? I've listened through 3 times now. I need something new. Good God. Do you like football? Okay. There is a podcast called Quickly Kevin. Will He Score? Which is about 90s football. And it's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. The 3 guys that do it are really funny. They have loads of in-jokes. Start quite far back and work up. The guests that they have on are fantastic. They get like footballers on who were professionals in the 90s. And the stories that they've got, and they always ask them the same silly questions and stuff like that. Like, they've got a few set questions that they ask that are really daft, but the sort of thing that you want to ask, but you're kind of embarrassed to ask, like, were you good at football when you were a kid? You know, how much better were you than the other kids when you were younger and you were playing football? Things like that. It's very funny. It's informed. Like, they know a lot about. It's quite clear they know a lot about football. And the interaction between the 3 of them is excellent. I can't recommend it enough. Good luck with your beer. I don't know what a pilot beer is, but that sounds hype. Oh, the helmet has a high ricochet chance. That's quite groovy. Mr. Ramsley. Sorry, Chef Ramsley. Hello. landmines. So, when you guys listen to the Triforce podcast that I feature on with Sips and Lewis Brindley of the Yogscast, do you actually like enjoy it, or do you is it just something to stick on and tune out? Because it's terrible. There's no planning. None of us have a specialty subject. We just talk absolute shite. Now, I like that. I think it's funny. And I think they're two funny guys. And I think some of the conversations we have are very funny. But I'm pretty much just entertaining myself. My concern is that listeners are thinking, what are they doing? Do you know what I mean? But we also get a lot of people saying they like it. And I think, what is there? What is it about it? Is it Sips and Lewis? Is it just a chance to listen to your Yogs heroes? Or is it like actually a good balance? Is it actually a fun podcast? I want to make sure that people enjoy listening to it, is what it is. Do you think it would be better if we prepared more stuff for it? Or is it fine? Shy Chad. Let's see if we can find him on Twitch. Unless you've got a time machine. Can't find him. I don't know where he was, because he was shooting me from one side of the fence and then also shooting me from the other side of the fence. So he was either in front of me, or he was much higher up than I thought. See, I thought, for me, that the balance of having three people that are very, very different, like we're all very different. Sips doesn't seem to let anything get to him. I worry about things a lot. I try to make sure that I've got like something approaching. I've read a little bit about something, or in which case we'll just say I reckon, you know, or I think. We'll just sort of share our gut feeling about things. And Lewis comes out of left field with something where you think, I had no idea what that means. You know what I mean? Like, and I like that. He knows how to keep the conversation interesting and funny. Because if it was just three people agreeing or saying, this is what gets me, if we all said the same thing and said, yes, I agree, that's not interesting. That's boring. It's good that we all have different perspectives. And it's good that I wouldn't say disagree. We don't disagree that often. But we all have a different opinion. We're all quite vocal. So we tend to get our, you know, how we feel across sort of thing. I think surely that's better than just having, like, if the podcast, it's not even pitched as a podcast where we talk about how much we know. It's literally, as I've said before, imagine three people in a pub and you're listening in on the conversation. That's it. That's how I see it. We meet up once a week in the pub. Three vaguely middle-aged guys. You know, Lewis is not quite there yet. Me and Sips are sort of there. And I think that it works because you don't want three people that are all the same. That's boring. What you want is three people that are agreeable and get along, but are subtly different. And I think that's what we've got. So it's weird to me when people complain about this opinion or that opinion. I think, look, if you disagree with one voice on the podcast, hopefully you'll find one that you agree with. That's the point. Like, that's the point. Is that if you have 3 people agreeing, you don't have a podcast. No one's asking questions. No one's challenging opinions. No one's saying, well, I don't know. You just have someone says something and everyone goes, yeah. That's it. So you just need to have 3 people, and they all need to have different perspectives and different opinions and different takes. And that's what makes it interesting. So if you disagree with one person, maybe you agree with someone else. And yet people are like, oh, I disagree with this opinion, therefore the podcast wasn't fun for me. I'm like, if it was a podcast where we all agreed, and you agree with every opinion, what are you listening to? Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand it. I would never listen to that in a million years. 3 people agreeing with each other and saying things that I also agreed with, you'd be thinking, well, geez, this is a bit boring. You'd want it to be entertaining at least. So I think we've got the balance just right, and I just fuck the haters, basically. There's not many of them, to be fair. 3 cans of Tushonka for a gun? I'm just sometimes uncertain what people actually want from a podcast, because I think you wouldn't want 3 people agreeing, because that's boring. But I think some people do. And I also think, especially with nowadays, with the way that people seem to be living in these sort of bubbles, if you like, where everyone agrees with each other in that bubble, for them to then find people with whom they disagree, they react violently and they're very angry and furious and, you know, oh my God, because they're used to nothing but listening to, say, if you listen to someone like Ben Shapiro, for example, and just pulling a name out of my arse, which is probably where he belongs anyway, the whole point is he doesn't have guests on that I see that are going to like be wildly different from Ben Shapiro. It's mainly him talking. So if you agree with Ben Shapiro, you're going to enjoy listening to Ben Shapiro's podcasts, because it's just all stuff you're like, yep, absolutely. And if you look at Joe Rogan, the people he has on the podcast, it's not often that he challenges them. He just goes, yeah, wow. You know what I mean? So if you're into that, you're like, man, that's absolutely right. Yep, love this podcast. I just think that's crazy. Like, the podcasts I like to listen to, they'll argue, not in a bad way, but in a way where you know, one of them will call, you know, what are you talking about? You know, that kind of thing. You need that. That's a conversation. Otherwise, what are you watching? I just don't get it. I don't get it. So when it comes to people saying ignore the criticism that the podcast gets sometimes, I honestly, I can't ignore it, because I'm absolutely fascinated by it, and I think it's a real sign of the way people listen to things these days. Maybe they always have. Maybe it hasn't changed that much. But yeah, it's crazy, the things that people expect it to be. I think, geez, that sounds really boring, dude. Like, that doesn't sound interesting at all. We want to kill scavs on shoreline. How can we do this? We'll just keep running about. Thank you, Wolfric. Telling Sips how crazy it is he has a problem with people using his toilet. I mean, Sips got so much shit for that. Oh, we're never changing the formula. Like, it's been the same show for however many years we've been doing it, 4 or 5 years or whatever it was. I want to say we started in 2017. Let's have a look when the first one was uploaded. Let's have a look at when the first episode was. God damn. So episode 1 was 5 years ago.
Hey everyone.
March 23rd, 2016. 2016. So we have absolutely not changed the format, because you could watch episode 1, you could watch episode 151, and the only thing that's changed is that something's happened to us in that meantime. So it has not changed. Like, we have never changed the format. The only differences are the adverts, and yeah, as far as I can tell, that's it. We don't have any regular features or anything like that, which is what makes me laugh, because every other podcast I listen to has regular features, jingles to introduce those features. Now it's time for our post box, all this kind of stuff. No. The ad this week, the one we did on Thursday, it's unbelievable. But yeah, Bodega was a regular feature for like, what, 18 episodes or something like that. You're right. That was it. Thank you. We've got a few new viewers coming in. What's happened? Where are these new viewers coming from? Yeah, I like the flow, because if we have something to talk about, we talk about it. I mean, what I'll tend to do, and Lewis does as well, if I see something interesting during the week that I think would be good on the podcast, I'll make a note of it. Or if I have an idea for a stupid, like, sketch or whatever, or like a voice, because I talk to myself a lot. Mrs. F is always like, who are you talking to? I'm like, myself. She's like, please stop. Like, I do it all the time, trying out stupid new voices or just all kinds of dumb shit like that, to entertain myself, basically. And I feel like a lot of those stupid voices and conversations I have with myself, some of them become things that I do on the Triforce, you know? So if something happens to me during the week that I think is interesting or entertaining or would be good on the podcast, I'll make a note of it and then make sure I talk about it with the guys. Like this week I talked about the YouTuber Paul Harrell. We talked about Sips' new baby. We talked about... What else did we talk about? A few other things, but nothing that would be like crazy. No new features. And I think, you know, that's it. Like, that's the way we do it. That's the podcast, you know? They made a TV show of sexy beasts. What was wrong with the film? The film was great. No, 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 no. You think I'm going to have that? You really think I'm going to have that? I want to leave. Now. It's different. Oh god, I heard about that. The funny thing is, I read this article saying they're all covered in prosthetics, but why are they still then so good looking? Oh, they get all these really good looking people and then put them in prosthetics, because of course none of them would agree to be on a dating show if there was a chance they might have to date someone that wasn't like a part-time model. It's an American show, right? Tell me it's not a British show. Please tell me it's not a British show. That lad just arrived. $590 A1. It was only a scav, to be fair. But I feel bad for him nonetheless.
Jesper tipped $13.37. Been a fan of the podcast since the beginning.
Thank you.
It has been with me since I was a student, started working, became a father and started my own business.
Nice!
The podcast is something I look forward to every week.
It's really nice to hear. We've had a lot of people message us over the years, I have anyway, saying that having that consistency and that stupid podcast actually helped them. Like, they were depressed, or they were just like, something had got them down, you know what I mean? Oh, he was in that bush, goddamn. That's very kind, thank you for the donation. And I just think, you know, it's great to me that that it helps people in some weird way. Do you know what I mean? Like, just having something to tune into gets people through some tough times. Like, that's ridiculous. It makes me so happy. And I've had some people message me, like email me to say that even just having the stream there and, you know, listening to me and the lads hang out and talk shit was important for them. You know, it got them through some period in their life when they were down. And I think, geez, I don't want to dress up what I do at all. Like, it's basically fucking, in fact it is, playing fucking video games on the internet. But it's nice to know that people really like it and that it helps in some wee way, you know? It's nice. Like, you don't want what you do to just be for nout. Just like, literally for nout. It would be nice if it was for something. So when people say it helped, or, you know, it was like a really nice little constant thing that I could rely on, that's great. Like, that's absolutely, for me, it 100% taking something that should be nothing and making it into something that's actually kind of useful for people. And I really like that a lot. I'm glad you guys like the stupid podcast. I mean, the dumbest thing is we've really loved doing it. You know what I mean? I'll keep track of what day it is. I'm not even kidding, Zal. We're like fucking Thursday, Jesus. And when we finish at the end and we download it, or we upload it to Dropbox and everything, we type in the date. That's how I know what the date is. I'm like, oh, it's July. Whew. Like, there's nothing else there. There's no other way to keep track of fucking time. I think the community is great, Krieger. I agree. It really is. I mean, I'm a dickhead, but the community is full of some really nice people. It's the best part of it. I mean, the other best part is it's just hanging out with two of my mates and keeping up with each other and catching up and talking about our weeks and talking about your weeks with people that do what you do. Like, we all do the same thing to different degrees. And so you've got like three angles. You've got Lewis, who's like a legend, like in terms of British YouTube and streaming, like one of the co-founders of the Yogscast, which was the first British channel to 1 billion views, all this kind of stuff, and all his stuff that he's done for charity and everything like that. I love Lewis. I love him. And working with him is great. Then you got Sips, who's like the biggest streamer in the Yogscast, one of the nicest guys. I don't know, crazy, basement-dwelling, turtle-loving gardener. And that's like... he's the same on the podcast and on his streams as he is in real life. The dude he's just Sips, and he's just one of those personalities that people love, right? And hanging out with him is like, with him and Lewis is just like great. And then you've got me, who's like the oldest, the most angry, the least successful of the three, and you've got like this sort of gold, silver, bronze trio, and I think that's perfect because we can all talk about what we're doing from different perspectives. Lewis's perspective, having to organize shit, keep everything together, as well as all the streaming on YouTube. Sips' life of literally just being a streamer, and then mine of sort of like all this, the same thing but at a lower level, means you get 3 different takes on the same thing, which I think is rare. Like a podcast with a Premier League footballer, a top championship footballer, and a non-league footballer. Lewis is the non-league footballer, obviously. Saw that lad there.
Earl TJ tipped $4.20. Flax, don't undersell yourself. It's called the Triforce. You're all literally equal thirds. It wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you. I don't know if I had 2 sets of foots or only one. Where'd he fucking go? Fuck, I saw that dude and then he just fucking vanished. He was right there. That's bizarre. I'm not selling myself short. I'm realistic. I think there's a difference. I do think there's a difference. I'm well aware of my limitations. I'm never going to be the 10,000 viewer guy or the 4,000 viewer guy because I just can't stand a lot of the people that hang out in Twitch chat. Like, the regular viewers and the people that stick around, they're cool and I get it, and I hope that this is like a sanctuary for people who fucking hate general Twitch chat. Because it's so bad. It is so bad, dude. Hello. Intriguing. Maybe you're in the wrong job. Me? I couldn't do anything else now. The idea of going back to a regular job? Legitimately fills me with dread. Pesley's channel seems alright. I've watched him. I think what helps is he talks to chat, but he doesn't interact with them as much. And if someone says something stupid, he just calls them out. And I think that people like it when the streamer talks to them, but they understand when the streamer also doesn't respond to every fucking comment. Do you know what I mean? I can't imagine what Dr. Disrespect's chat was like. Or like XQC's chat or any of those guys. Is it Code Miko? What must her chat be like? Can you imagine? Yeah, it is a lot like PUBG. This particular part of the map, you're right. In fact, I'd say Shoreline is the most PUBG map. Let's head over to Scav Island just in case, eh? We're gonna get sniped here. No, I don't advertise anywhere. I know there are a few places where you'll see my stream listed. Team Liquid used to list it. Join Dota used to list it. I don't know if anywhere else still does. I can't remember if the Yogscast thing still lists streams. Maybe. Like on the subreddit, I think it used to list who was live. Maybe I'm wrong. I forgot these. I always forget these can go in docs case. That's going to take a while to get used to. We already did the scoped run on this map. Now I'm just going to run in and shoot them up close. We did like 5 or 6 scoped runs. On average, I'm killing a scab or 2 per run, so we'll get there eventually. I agree, Tarkov can be quite relaxing. Also, I quite like it that it's a game where I get the chance to just chat a bit and talk shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, York Cinema, and they host me and stuff like that, so... But in terms of like advertising when I've gone live, if you don't follow or whatever, I don't think you'd get any... I don't think you'd know. Like, I don't think I've ever been on the featured page or, you know. I do find after I've done an event, like a big Dota event, I'll get a few more viewers for a couple of weeks, but they don't stick around. They know what's up. They stop by, they're like, ah, this guy's shit. I mean, if you watch someone like Gorg C or Bulldog and then you watch my stream, the standard of Dota is so poor. That's why I think the in-houses are good, because they lean into that element of it. That's the whole point, you know? Nuts! I think a couple of my shots might have hit the thing. Would you like to get more viewers, or do you fear that would change the dynamic? I would be really happy when we get to around... So if you look at my subs, I've got 1,067 subs. And at the moment, I think that's made up of gift subs. Probably about... Maybe 10% of that is gift subs. Sometimes it's more. We were up to 1,500 when I was streaming Rust. And we were averaging about 1,000 viewers. About 1,000 viewers. And that was fine. Like that was just right for me. It wasn't too busy. It was good money. And it felt manageable, if you know what I mean. Like the mods could keep up. It was chill. People were into it. Like I was doing the Flaxy Cab stuff. People really liked that. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was just a great stream. If it was up to say 4 or 5k, I don't think that would have been anywhere near as fun. For one thing, if you think about it, if we're doing a public Rust server with RP, we're kind of relying on having a core of people that get it, that are chill, that are funny, that are inventive, and we absolutely had that. Like I'll be honest with you, I've watched other Rust RP servers. I think ours knocked them into a cocktail. I thought it was brilliant. The Rust RP at Christmas, the Rust RP that we did, people like Jack and Rhino and guys like that setting it up. That we did not at Christmas but just before Christmas, And then the stuff we did at Christmas were mind-blowingly good, genuinely. And I think I've looked at other RP servers and they're nowhere near as funny. And I think the reason for it is that we all understood what it was. There was no drama, or if there was, I didn't hear about it at any rate. It was chill. You know what I mean? It was funny, and it was a laugh, and people were creative, and sometimes they came up with some really funny shit that was just like, this is gold. Like, this is absolute gold. It's super hard to get that. When I've watched someone like, I remember XQC did it, and some other guys, Trainwrecks and a bunch of those guys jumped onto the Rust RP train. And it flopped because viewers just wanted to troll them. They were trolling each other. And because you've got just streamers on the server, they all think that they're the most important person there. I think we got the balance right of understanding that this was a stream-based RP. So essentially, please don't raid my base. If I blow up your base, hopefully it's funny and it's for a good reason and everything like that. Understand what this is. You know, this is not just me fucking with you. This is just a vehicle to generate some content. And I think a lot of people really got that, and it made it absolutely brilliant. I mean, things like the door knockers who would come around and fit a door for you. The lad that set up near me and opened another garage, and you know, then we sort of had a little bit of a duel. There was a Goonsbury's, which was a Sainsbury's across the road. We had a Deloideroo, which would, you know, deliver food. There were like peaceful towns and violent towns, and it was great. And what made it great for me was you still had people basically playing Rust, but they understood that it wasn't like take over the server and kill everybody. Like the fact that there were so many phone numbers you could pick up and call. People would call me for a cab and I'd drive over there and they would wait and I'd pick them up and take them where they wanted. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, corrupt Mayor Stannis, the rigged election, all this stuff. And I think if you look at other people's attempts at the same thing, I genuinely don't think they even came close. Because they didn't have a sense of community behind it. They didn't have people behind the scenes who understood it. It was just like, oh, this is popular now. The guys that were actually running the RP, the guys that were actually there from the beginning, and their server kind of got invaded, if you like, or you know, they got involved with these big time streamers. Big time streamers didn't get it. You fucking killed me, dude? What the? You fucking killed me? It's like a big drama, complaints, all their bandwagoning of their fans on these people. What are you doing? Like, it was nuts. I think ours was brilliant and super hard to do, really hard to do. And I know that when we had Wilsonator and Spiff for the Christmas stuff, Wilsonator was like, this is magic. Like, I don't think you understand how rare what you're doing is. And he was like, I've played Rust for years. That's his main game. And he said, I've never seen anything like this. Like, you guys have stretched it and done all this stuff I didn't even think was possible in Rust. So that was the Christmas one we did with Slacks, and the one that we did with Spiff, where he was like King Spiff and everything, and we were the orcs. It was fun, you know. It was really fun. The Jingle Jam Rust was unbelievable. I was genuinely moved at the amount of effort that people have put in. They'd set this thing up in a matter of a couple of days, 2 or 3 days or something like that, like the hard work. Taking time out to do that. You're not going to get that on a big stream. You know what I mean? You're really not. So when I think about the fact that, yeah, it would be nice if I had more viewers, more subs, and like that. It would make things more comfortable. And this can't last forever, so it would be nice to tuck away some money for when this all stops. Either Twitch will fall over and get bought out and fail and everybody will ditch it, or something. But I'd like to think that the community that we've built up and the stuff that I do and the fact that so many people get it means that we're always going to have a community. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be a tragic for me if we lost that, because I really enjoy playing games with you guys, and stuff like the Rust stuff just makes me realize how fucking good people. You all are. You know what I mean? So I would hate it if anything happened to it. So in terms of growing the stream, I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years now or something like that. We've always been about this level. I'm never gonna be some big time streamer unless some game comes along and for some reason my stream blows up because I'm the best at it. In other words, it's not gonna happen. How funny would that be though? Like, let's say Blood Bowl 3 absolutely blows up and I'm one of the first people streaming it on the regular. The problem would be, if you blow up because of a game, you're stuck on that game or games like it. So, with Dota, because there's other Dota streamers that are much better, I've never been a big Dota streamer in terms of numbers. Like Sing Sing, Bulldog, Gorg, I don't know how well Wagger does in terms of viewers, but people like watching good players play that game. They're not as interested in watching shitters play that game. So in that regard, Dota, while it's my game in terms of the fact that I love it and I play it so much, I would not call myself like a big Dota streamer, because when you look at the actual big Dota streamers, it's a completely different world. Like, they're really good at it. People tune in and clip their plays, copy their builds and stuff like that. But they can't play anything else. Do you know what I mean? I can play pretty much anything, and I'll get a different bunch of people watching based on what I'm playing. So if I'm playing Rust, we get a different group of people to when I'm playing Dota. Some are the same, but we get people that come along and say, I tune in for your Rust streams. That's what they like. And that's fine by me. That was an FN, I think. Or maybe a Gratch. Sniper scav? Yeah, I see him. I think we got him. We'll find out. Yeah, we got him. We got him. Political streams? God damn. You look at someone like Destiny, he does those all the time, right? I love the FM streams when we're really in a good run and everything like that. RimWorld does well. After I finish with Tarkov, we're going to do RimWorld. I promised that to a few people. Some people really love RimWorld. Like, the RimWorld streams brings back people that haven't watched a stream in ages sometimes. Need 2 more scouts. elaborate death noises from that lad. I'm glad you enjoy them. Yeah, the FM and stuff like that is a bit more interaction, isn't it? Recourse, I think I smoked for, let me think. Let me just do the maths on this. 18 years? Started when I was about 16 and I quit when I was 33. So when my first daughter was born, I quit like cigarettes. And then I was completely cold turkey for 3 or 4 years, and then some friends of ours came over and she had one of those cheap vapes. It looks like a cigarette, and I was hooked again. Once I had that sweet, sweet nicotine in my lungs, couldn't help myself. Now I've got some keys. Oh, I didn't bring them with me. Well, I'm 45, Oliot, so I started. Yeah, I smoked for a very long time. Terrible habit. Smoking is so grim. When you quit, you'll feel so much better. Look at this.
Pidgemoon just resubbed for 2 months. Finally able to show my financial appreciation. I have a small cock though.
Good to know. Thank you, anonymous gifter. $60 a day. No, I do have the Mark Dish quest, but I don't think I have the... Do I? No, I don't think I do. I have the one where you have to mark the weather stations first. I think. Isn't there... There's another thing I have to mark. I don't think it's these things. It's the things in the south. You can check, but... So it's these trading posts, not the dishes. I think if you're smoking cigarettes at all, you should stop. Genuinely. You should try to take up vaping. If you need a replacement, which I do. I mean, I know it's still not good for me, but I know it's the damn sight better for me than when I was smoking. I mean, you can just feel it. You know when you wake up in the morning when you're a smoker and you feel that heavy tar that's settled in your lungs overnight? Just imagine what that's doing to your body day in, day out. I understand, believe me, the pull of nicotine and all the excuses you make for yourself as a smoker. If you quit, I think before you're 40 or 50, your body can repair a lot of the damage that smoking has done. As you get older, it gets harder and harder to repair that damage. So you end up being stuck with the damage. So it's a really, really good idea to stop while you're still young. And I know that one of the things they say to very old smokers is that because their bodies become so dependent on the nicotine, it's actually more dangerous for them to quit. You don't want to be in that situation. Like, smokers can't laugh properly, they cough all the time. That's no way to live. I lost a lot of family members to smoking because in the 40s and 50s and 60s it was no big deal, you know? Doctors would even recommend, I recommend cigarettes. Am I concerned? I mean, I'm sure that vaping is not good for me. I'm sure there's long-term health concerns. But I also know it has to be better than smoking. And unfortunately, as a very long time nicotine addict, I just couldn't. I couldn't quit. I'm too weak. But cigarettes, I'm very glad I quit those. Yes, with the vaping, all the stuff I've read about it that says it's unsafe, there's always a new article every few weeks, is like they were using a really cheap shit juice that they got in China and was loaded with THC, or some garbage like that where I think, well, geez, just don't vape that, you know? It sounds stupid, but just need one fucking scav. Let's go to, what do we got? The whole anti-vaping campaign just seems like a new wave of Puritan values. No, I don't think it's that. I know that in some places they are genuinely unsure about the long-term health benefits. The argument that I put forward is that they've demonstrated that it's not as bad as smoking. The more people you can get off cigarettes, the better, because they are a guaranteed killer. Like, they are so fucking bad for you. I worked once, a friend of mine's a chemist, and when he looked at the ingredients on the side of cigarettes where it shows you what's in the gas, his eyes popped out of his head. Yeah, motherfucker. That's right. Want a piece of me, huh? We bloody did it, team. Heavens. Can you get up on this roof? There was a lad up there. Does anyone else feel that vaping is really difficult to get into? I would disagree. I think there are so many YouTube channels out there that recommend vapes, that recommend setups, that recommend the whole thing. I know my sister was a very heavy smoker. She was able to give up smoking and start vaping. If she can do it, I'm serious, anyone can do it, because she was a very heavy smoker, even worse than me. And I was like 20 a day. Look at that body. Where'd the lad who killed him go? Sure there's a stash here. Yeah, I knew there was one here. I know there's more. We can do shoreline stash runs another time. There's like 12 or something in that village. Job done. I know that I think there is something to be said for smaller people living longer. You don't see many really, really tall old people. You think about little old ladies, and you know, I think being smaller, your heart is under less stress, maybe something to do with that. Because I know that very, very tall people suffer a lot of heart problems and stuff like that, because think how much harder your heart has to work. I mean, it's the way it is, right? So I think being ever so wee can be helpful in that regard. You shrink as you get really old? Not that much. You don't shrink like a foot. Think about all those tiny little Japanese women that lived to be 130. They weren't 8 foot tall in their prime. Punisher. Part 1. I'm sure there's a part 2. Wowzers. So we've got to find OFZ shells, a military battery, brilliant, and kill scavs on shoreline with a suppressed weapon, find 7 lower half masks. Fuck me. That's so insane. Oh, sick. Look at this big fat armor we got. Tier 6. No, that's, I mean, you can see those old people whose backs are like hunched. I'm talking about the fact that these people are just little. You're talking about spine curvature and stuff like that, which is different. I'm talking about the fact that some people, you see those old people, they're not massive. They're little. There's got to be something to that, you know what I mean? trying to find where the documents are located. One is located in the large central map room on the middle of the shelf against the wall. Alright. To reserve. Jeez, that was so loud, yo. That was insane. Bow, 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 bow. I think that was because we got a whole bunch of quests done at once, right? List of the oldest people. Gene Calment. She lived to be 120. Holy shit. Yes, pond growth. I haven't watched Ted Lasso. Is it just an episode a week, or are they doing it all at once? Weekly? Okay. All of the people that have lived to be like super old, like over 100, like 105, 110, none of them smoked. None of them had ever been obese. And they almost all said that they were very rarely ill. Or just never ill. They just never got sick. What I want to know is, why aren't we putting these people in special tanks and extracting all their goodies? I would not want to live to be 120 if, given that most of them, once they hit 105, that was what the Wikipedia article says, they hit 105 and they're, thank you, Zalapa. Yeah, mate, it was a joke, but yeah, of course, you know, Mr. Soul Ring here has no sense of humor. They hit 105, and pretty much all of them started to lose their sight, their hearing, and had to be in wheelchairs. That is not for me. What's the point in just living day to day? You're not able to do anything by yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's a pretty grim life. 115, everyone you know is dead. Bunch of grandchildren I mean, imagine if you were 115 and all you've got to talk to is a bunch of Zoomers. Lol, bruh, all that stuff. You'd be like, I don't understand English anymore, I'm out. Drop me off somewhere, just leave me by the side of the road. It would be unbearable. picked clean. I thought that Undercover OOP made me think, because that old fellow was in his 80s, and he was brilliant. He was a really noble old dude. And I thought, God, I hope I can be that classy when I'm that age. Just a lovely old guy. And my favorite part, I was actually crying with laughter, was when the guy is explaining to him about how so for anyone who doesn't know, it's a Storyville documentary. You can watch it on iPlayer, and it's about this company that sends old age pensioners into care homes on behalf of their clients to spy on the care home, and make sure they're being cared for, make sure that there's no maltreatment, because the family will be like, they'll go to visit and their relative will say, things keep going missing, they don't feed us, all this kind of stuff. And it's a very, very moving documentary, but it has some really funny moments. The funniest moment is at the start, the guy's giving him all the spy equipment that he needs. He has like a little pen that's can operate as a camera. He has to FaceTime every day. He FaceTimes his boss at the company who's hired him, gives him a report. He has to file a report every day, writes and files his report every day. And he also has these spy glasses, and he goes and he starts recording, and he can then upload that recording to this guy. And the best part is, he gives him the glasses, he turns them on, and he says, okay, so it's recording, and if you look at your phone, it's recording, and then you're seeing from the perspective of the old guy, and the boss says to him, take that spy expression off your face. Now, I want to know what a spy expression is. You can imagine him sort of like this, you know, sort of looking around. Take that spy expression off your face. It was just so funny. But he goes into this care home, and essentially he realizes that the people working there are really nice. They're trying their best, but that these old people are forgotten by their families. That what they really need is to be looked after by people that love them. If that's difficult, at the very least, you've got to come and see them a lot. Because a lot of them, they just sort of wind down, and you can see they're starting to lose it. They've got no daily challenges. It's tough. So it was really, really moving. And he's like, the real criminals here are their families not coming to see them. And I thought that was really moving. And as you know, my mum's in her 70s now, so that kind of thing gets to you when you hear that. I call my mum every single week, and she comes up to stay with us. We take her on holiday. I absolutely do everything I can to include her, because she's on her own, you know? And I think it's horrifying to me that there are people out there who see that as too much. And you know there are people out there that's like, oh no, it's just gonna ruin the holiday. And I think, geez, think of what they did for you, you know? They're on their own. They're the only reason you're here. And you're not willing to take them on holiday or you know, treat them to stuff. My girls adore my mum. I'm taking them down there on Saturday. Nuts! There's always two! What if we got that guy? Damn, we hit him 8 times. He did, yeah. It was his sniper and his mate. Yeah, if you've fallen out with your parents, that's different. I don't talk to my dad very often. Like, I've spoken to him on the phone once or twice in the last 12 months. In fact, I need to call him tonight. But we have a, you know, it's a different kind of relationship. Not every relationship you have is going to be what you want. You know what I mean? But I think I still wouldn't want to see him abandoned in a fucking care home or whatever, you know? What time is it? Yeah, I can still give my dad a ring, actually. I should call him. Yeah, I should give him a call. All right, I will, because yeah, some stuff came up. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow during the day. In the evening, I might be back, but it'll be late. So I'll probably be streaming. It'll be more on Sunday, and then like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, lots of streaming because the kids are away, so I can just fucking chill. It's gonna be super chill. Might stream during the day and chill in the evenings, watch some telly with Mrs. F. But yeah, cheers for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy and peace out.